Hello my dudes. Welcome back to another relaxing doodle video with me, the Doodler. And today we're doing another randomly generated art prompt where we'll be doing fur-clad nomads, living or coming from the icy wastes. So what this makes me think of is a bunch of nomadic people that are forced to live in some pretty harsh conditions. So let's meet a few of them. I'd imagine a lot of their attire would have fur on them. Maybe from the animals that they catch in the area or hunt. I don't imagine that they have a lot of options to choose from, where would likely be bears, foxes, maybe seals and stuff like that, if I'm trying to imagine a similar environment to our Arctic and Antarctic. Penguins, maybe. Either way, they have to be pretty bundled up. So let's see here. We've given them a nice hood. Nice hood to keep their head warm. Nice and furry. Fur lined. Just like that. Maybe just some little dots and stuff here and there. There we go. There. Then we'll come down here into the coat. Maybe a button made out of bone or stone. Something like that to help fasten their clothing, and they can stay nice and bundled up. There we go. Just like that. Comes down here. Let's just create another layer of fur down here. Just like that. Down here into the sleeves. This again would be lined with fur at the end. Lots of fur, leather. I'd imagine they use every part of the animal that they can, these nomads. Here we go. Just like that. And some mittens. Keep their hands warm. There we go. And we're going to give them some really big pants. Something that really creates a bunch of layers and distance from the weather. From that constant snow. If I'm imagining an icy wasteland, it's likely always snowing. Really windy. Then we'll come down in here into some maybe fur moccasins or something. Keep their feet nice and warm. This is a part that you cannot ignore, especially when you're in the elements like that. You gotta be somewhere nice and, or you gotta have your feet protected if you're out in the elements, especially the cold. One more over here. Just like this. Some furry moccasins. There we go. Just like that. That looks like it'll keep them pretty nice and dry. Being dry is the important part. You don't even want your feet to get very sweaty, so you don't even want them too hot either. this is our little nomad. I'd imagine they're kind of a younger, adolescent. And then we're going to give him a bow. Because he needs something to catch. There we go. To capture and hunt. There. Who knows when the next time they'll see food, so they always have to be ready. And maybe perhaps right here. Got a bit of a fishing rod. There we go, something like that. Little bobber. There. I don't imagine they'd have much bamboo or anything there, but maybe wood or bone, a bone rod. There we go. So an icy nomad. Maybe we'll have someone here. An adult of the tribe of these nomads. There we go. I'm imagining that they have some braids going on here. Using some of the teeth or the bones that they get from their hunts and their traps and stuff. And using it like that to fashion their hair. But for some reason I'm imagining a tribe of like braided hair. Helps keep things nice and tight out of the face. I'd imagine lots of it just gets frosty if it's, they're constantly breathing on it or anything. There we go, something like that. Maybe he doesn't have his head covered, but he's definitely got a big fur-lined collar on his coat. Try and bring some life into this. Give him some facial hair too. There we go. Down into the coat. Buttons made out of bone again. Or some fur of some, or not fur. Well, it's a fur coat, but the buttons won't be made out of fur. Those would be made out of teeth or horn or something like that. He's sitting next to his little companion here, his little friend, maybe a son or nephew. Maybe his leg's just outstretched over here. Just off the page. He's got his moccasins too. It's a tough life for these people. This little young one's able to keep a smile on his face, so that's good. And I suppose I'm going to give him a bow as well. These are hunters. They have to hunt. And they always need to be prepared if they see food. Something like that. There we go. There. Maybe remnants of a fire here. Some smoldering logs. Maybe they're getting prepared for the hunt. Put some stones around the fire, just like this. Maybe it's not so, the flames are out, but it's nice and warm still from the coals. We'll just do some little wisps of air here and there. crystals from the snow. There we go. That's quite the attire. Over here, let's see. Maybe we can get a glimpse into their living quarters, something like that. With not much material to use to build a shelter, I'd imagine they would use ice and snow, kind of like an igloo that the Inuits use, or did use. Something like that. Some sort of opening here to help ventilate any fires that they did need to make inside. Maybe there's a sleeping quarter, or like somewhere like a cot or something. It's not going to be made out of much. Very humble living. There we go. Just like that. Pillow. Maybe a fur blanket. There we go. Otherwise pretty close to the ground. Maybe separated by a frame made out of horn or, bone. Something like that. Maybe some shelvings cut out into the ice. They can rest their pots and stuff on. Where they'll be cooking. There we go. Shelf here. Let's see. And of course, it's essential that they have a fire in here as well. Probably never goes out. Again, I wonder what they burn. I'm trying logs, but I'd imagine it's hard to come by wood in these conditions. I'll cover this fireplace with some stone here. Just like that. There we go. Yes, flames come out a little. And some smoke. But it's ventilated up here. They're not idiots. They're intelligent people. They're going to ventilate their living quarters so it's not filled with smoke. Maybe some more shelving here. Could put some knickknacks and stuff. There. Very humble living. Nothing fancy at all. Fur-clad nomads living in the icy wastes. What a journey that was, huh? What harsh conditions that would be. But people always tend to find a way. No matter where they live. It's kind of the miracle thing about humans. Is we're kind of resilient and always find a way. Definitely fur would be used. Leather, stuff like that. Tanning, lots of tanning. Buttons made out of bone. I'd imagine their tools, their rod, their bow is probably made out of bone or horn. Fur moccasins keep their feet nice and warm. Very humble living situation, very simple. I'm glad you got to stop by for this journey. Thank you so much for hanging out, my dudes. I hope you found the video nice and relaxing. Thanks for exploring this world with me. And until we meet again, please, my dudes, be good to yourself. And I'll catch you in the next video.